Hey everybody, it's Ace from the DIM team here, and today I'm going to do another tutorial video. Today we're going to talk about the search. We're going to talk about the basic searches you can do, some more advanced searches. We're going to talk about the components that the search bar has, and then we're going to get into some advanced stuff that'll really help you out when you're trying to do things with your items in bulk. Alright, so let's start with just a very basic and simple search. We're going to type the word blue. So let's talk about what happens when I type the word blue. We see that the search bar changes. It tells me how many items it found. We get a tag icon, we get an X icon, we get some autocomplete selections, and obviously it has already started searching. So first let's take a look at the search results. So when I just typed in blue, that's just a string search, and it's going to search for anything in the item. So that could be in the name, as with this Dustrock Blues. It could also be anywhere else in the item. So in this case, in my Warden's Law, it's my shader. So just typing a string is nice, then it'll get you some things, but be careful what you're searching for because anything in that item will get returned. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the components in the search bar. So we've got the autocomplete. This will give you suggestions for filters and things in DIM. We'll go over filters in a second. 5 items. It tells me that this particular query found me 5 items. We have a bulk tag, which will let you do exactly that. It'll let you bulk tag everything the search found. So in this case, the 5 items. And then we have the X, which will clear my search. Let's go ahead and clear it and let's start over. Let's type blue again. But this time, let's pick is blue from the autocomplete. So isBlue is a filter. It's one of the many filters we have in DIM. And isBlue is going to find the rarity isBlue. So this is another basic search with a filter. So in this case, if I scroll through here, you're going to see all of my blue gear. You're also going to see my emblems, anything blue. That could be consumables, shaders, etc. So if we go ahead and clear that one more time, you'll notice that if you have a blank search bar, there's a filters button at the very right-hand side of the search bar. If you click that, it will show you all of the different filters you can use in DIM. I'm not going to go over all these in this video because it would take forever. But if you click that, just know that you can go through here and you can look at every single filter we have and what it does. I'm going to show you some common ones and useful ones here in this video, but if you ever need to look at the full list, it's right here, and all of these will autocomplete as well. So let's start to use search for something useful. So let's go back to our blue example, is blue. I want to delete all these blues, so I'd like to mark them as junk. So I already found out that isBlue is going to find way more than I want it to. So instead of just isBlue, let's add some things. Let's say I only want weapons. So I'll start typing weapon. Here's my autocomplete. Cool, now I just have weapons. You see my count changed to 4. But I also want armor. So can I just type armor here and will that work? No, it won't work. It won't work because in between each of these filters is an assumed and. So if we write that all out, it means that we're looking for something that is blue and a weapon and armor. Well, you can't have something that is both a weapon and an armor. So there's 2 ways to go about this. One is to use an OR. You can use ORs in DIM, in the DIM search. So in this case, this will work because now I'm looking for things that are a weapon or armor that are blue. But there's an easier way to do this as well. So we know that weapons and armor both have power and consumables don't. So let's just say has power. So there we go. I did the same thing. My search is a lot cleaner and shorter. There's one other thing I'm a little worried about here though, and it's basically that some of these blues, since I'm still in the power grind, could be my maximum possible power. So in this case, the armor I have is only 953, and I have a blue that's 958. So let's add one more search here, and we're going to say max power. And we don't want it to be max power. That's going to exclude that blue because I want to keep that so I can infuse it and get that power. So now that I've got all these blues selected, these are the things I want to get rid of. So let's use that bulk tag option. And let's mark everything as junk. Boom. Everything that I had highlighted is now marked as junk. Awesome. So I'm exactly where I want to be there. But to really start deleting this stuff, I kind of got to clear out my inventory so that when I get on, all I have in my inventory is junk. So I know I can just immediately start deleting. So let's clear the inventory with an advanced search. I want to select everything in my current character. Here we go, is current character. Awesome. I want to select everything that is not equipped because I don't want to take my equipped items. Not equipped, cool. And then again, I want to use that has power thing because I don't want to transfer all my consumables out. So, has power. There we go. I've selected everything in my current character that's not equipped, that isn't, you know, like a sparrow or a ghost or anything like that. So let's go ahead in here. We'll click our Vault drop down and we can transfer the contents of our search. So I'm going to go ahead and click this, and it's going to start moving all of those things out of my inventory one by one. You can see them all going now. It's going to tell me over here when it's done. Boom, done. So now my inventory is clear. Awesome. So let's do one more thing. Now I want to take all of those things that I tagged as junk and put them in my inventory so that when I get on, I can just immediately delete those things. So we're going to start off with typing the word junk. I'm going to auto-complete to tag junk. Cool. So here they all are. Before we move on and transfer this, I want to say one more thing about the search queries and how you use them. So in this case, we saw that there are like, so for blue, for instance, there's is blue and not blue. So there's an inverse. So I can search for everything that is blue, everything that's not blue. But what about for things like tag? There is no is or not. So for things like tag or string searches, if you put a minus in front of it, you will get the inverse of that search. You do that with strings or things that don't have the is and not nomenclature. All right, so let's go ahead and do my tag junk. We're going to transfer all these onto my character by clicking the character dropdown, transfer search. Cool. It's doing that. It's going to be 23 items this time, and it'll let me know when it's done. If I were playing the game, I could still be playing the game while this is happening. So there we go, it's done. So now I know that when I get onto the game, everything in my inventory is ready to delete. I can just boom, 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 delete all these guys. So let's talk about one other thing that you can do in the search that a lot of people don't know about. So a lot of people know that you can compare items. So if I click this revoker and I click the compare, it will show me sniper rifles that I can compare. So I click the sniper rifles, I want to see all of them, and I'm comparing them. That's cool. There are some things that we can't filter up here though, like perks, for instance. To have every single perk up here would be just kind of overkill, and it would make it almost impossible to use. So what we've done instead is we allow you to fire off a comparison from search as long as your search qualifies as something that can be compared, meaning it has to be all snipers. It can't be like a sniper and a hand cannon, because those two are incomparable. So let's do something kind of cool here. To me, snipers need to have snapshot. If a sniper doesn't have snapshot, it's not any good. So first, let's do sniper. So is sniper rifle, cool. So you can see as soon as I did that, this is a qualifying search and I have the compare button. But I don't want to narrow it down. I want to narrow it down by a perk, and I want to put snapshot in here. All right, so now I have a search that is looking for sniper rifles with snapshot, and I can compare just these 6 sniper rifles that have snapshot. So from here, I can get in there and I can start to filter down and say, okay, well, these are the snipers that actually have the perk that I want, and then I can go from there and decide which ones I want to do. So you can see here, I've already kept all these because if it's got snapshot, it's good in my book, but that's a cool thing that you can do with search that a lot of people don't know about. Okay, so we've gone over search as quickly as I possibly could. We've talked about kind of basic searches. We've talked about more advanced searches and how to string them together. We've talked about ORs. We've talked about the minus. We've talked about bulk actions like moving them, bulk tagging. Also, one thing I did fail to mention is that you can also bulk lock things. So here's all my snipers with snapshot. If I want to lock those, if I click the bulk tag, lock and unlock are also in there. Okay, and then we also talked about bulk comparison. So this are some of the ways that you can use search to really kind of get in and check a lot of your gear and do a lot of bulk actions with your gear. There are a lot of these search queries. There's a lot of cool things. So start getting in there and playing around with them. Use that filters page to kind of search for what you might be useful to you. There are things like source filters and ratings, all kinds of stuff. Mod slots, all kinds. If you want some that people have already used, if you come into our Discord and you ask around, I'm sure a lot of people have a ton of them. We'll provide you some, like that one that I have for clearing the inventory. I use it all the time. So definitely, if you need help, come on into our Discord and we'll be happy to help you out. So that's search in a nutshell. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, everybody.